back for another book review. Today we are talking about this one. This is Cooking with the Kitchen Witch, Magical Recipes from the Hearth by Patricia Telesco. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. So this is kind of what the title suggests. It's from a kitchen witch, and she has a lot of information in here. There are tips and things for managing and making a magical house, specifically your magical kitchen, and there is just a plethora of ideas and stuff in here. And then there are a lot of recipes. I will say, unfortunately, they are like, I would say like 98% vegetarian or omnivore, which is somebody who has dietary issues with things that aren't vegan, and even some vegan things. That just is kind of a pain to always have to change every single recipe. But I know that's not everyone has to deal with, but I do like more modern books tend, like there's been some that I read that do have like a nice mix where there are some like straight up just vegan recipes and you're like, oh my god, thank you for acknowledging me. And it's not just a salad. It's like what these ones are. It's like, woo, salad, yay. Like, but other than that, it's more the concept of it behind it that you're like, okay, I could kind of do that. But the recipes, I don't know if they're good or not. One thing, I guess, okay, we'll get to that in a second. I gave this one a 4 out of 5 star. I loved this book. The weird thing that the only note that I really took, which doesn't make sense. So for these recipes, there's like some ingredients that are like a little, like, I didn't even know that was an option. Like how many different onions there are, I didn't know they had that many names. But it's also like when you go to the store and you look at the many different types of apples and you're like, oh, there's actually a lot. Like once you start looking, it's not just like Fuji and Gala or whatever and like Granny Smith. There's also like Cosmic and Red Delicious. Like there's options. Didn't know that was an option for like onions. And I think there was even like some mushrooms that there was like so many different variants where you're like, I didn't know that was a thing. And so the publisher put a disclaimer. These recipes have not been tested by the publisher. Some contain unusual ingredients. Personal sensitivities to ingredients should be researched before using. None of them were like that weird. I've seen weirder in other books. But again, I think, I don't know which ones they were talking about. I'm guessing it's like the really random, like this particular type of onion or this the blah blah blah. Like some of them were a little weird, but also I think being in vegan spaces you find weird ingredients, so maybe I'm used to those. I don't know. I also didn't know that Llewellyn checked the recipes before they published them anyways, so that's kind of cool. Didn't know they did that. But I don't know, that was a really weird disclaimer to put in this book. Overall though, I absolutely loved her writing style. She is the kind of person that you just want to be friends with. She is like my goals of like when I'm a granny someday, many years from now, after my motherhood era is over and I'm into my old age. This is goals. Like this general vibe is just it. I loved her writing. She is just so fun to read. And the information, it's great. I fully anticipated just a little section of it to be some information and then just jump into recipes nonstop. But no, it actually had a really decent chunk of actual information, not just recipes, to the point that the recipes felt like maybe half the book, where I was expecting it to be like 80 to 90%, which was pretty good. It's got a lot of stuff in here. It has a whole bunch of tips. If you are wanting to do kitchen witchery, like this is like a must-have book. The only thing, minus the fact that again, the recipes, I'm like, at this point, I'll just figure out my own options. Because again, at some point, when you have to modify so much, you're like, I'll just make my own. And like, I do know how to cook enough that I can usually finagle or look it up or, you know, whatever. I can usually figure it out. But, or some of them just buy it instead of like how to, I don't know if she even has this, but like how to like cook a turkey or a ham. I'm gonna just go buy the tofurkey one and be done. Or the Gardein one and be done. And so, you know, like some of them I'm like, I don't really care. But then others, like, I don't know, I could try like, I don't know, like the onion soup, I could probably adjust. If I could ever find all of those onions, that would be the trick. The only part of this that I was kind of like, was the astrology kind of towards the end of the book. Each sign is like a specific type of like cook, and they want specific things, and I don't know that any of that's really accurate. For every single person, it was a no. Like, maybe it's like, maybe you need to be better at astrology and you don't go off of your sun sign. It's like probably one of the houses or something of like, that's the vibe that you're bringing to this. Cause like, I'm gonna be so for real. It was like, I think it was like the Geminis when they come to your house, they're gonna analyze how clean and tidy and notice every little thing. And my Geminis don't care at all if they tried. But us water signs, we're not supposed to care or be like, oh, it's fine, whatever. No, we will notice. We will notice it so much because the home is our domain and it's messy. And like, oh God, if I step on your floor and it sticks, oh, I can't. And then sometimes you're at people's houses and that one dude from TikTok pops into your head of like, can't eat at everybody's house because it's so bad. Oh, yeah, that guy, yeah. Yeah, that sometimes kicks in and you're like, oh no, I'm gonna politely not eat and then leave and go get takeout. Like, you know, it's a thing. And I don't know, it's like the signs, I was like, and like for hubby, like, I'm gonna be for real. Every fire sign I've ever met are the ones that are like, meh, like I don't care. Like, I'm just here for food. That's it. I don't care. Like they don't care. But I don't know. And then the color schemes, I was like, that's weird. Like, even then, I mean, if you compare even the 3 water signs, like for me as a crab compared to a Scorpio compared to a Pisces, I want somewhere between a Hobbit and a beach vibe, and also Halloween at the same time. Make that happen. And, you know, I don't know. I didn't love it. I kind of felt like, oh, and then the snobbery of it too, of like the kind of food that you're supposed to want based off of your sign. It's like, I don't think so at all. So I don't know. That part I didn't love. Kind of thought it was just, I don't know. It's giving like the magazine horoscope kind of thing where it's really not helpful. It's just kind of like, oh, maybe it'll apply, maybe, kind of a thing. But the rest of the book was really good. And once again, I get to the end of the book and there is no conclusion. And I wanted her conclusion. I wanted to know how she was going to wrap up this beautiful story. This wonderful tale she has taken me on. This is a relatively kind of big book. It's just like a tall book. And it's kind of thick. And honestly, it's pretty dense of a read. And then there's no conclusion. And it's like, I was looking forward to saying goodbye. And no, we're just done. Adios. Get out of here. It's like, well, okay. I would recommend this to intermediate witches who might also be intermediate like chefs and cooks. This is not for the easy on any degree. This is not for beginners. Beginner witches, nah. You gotta know some stuff before you jump into this. Cooks, same deal. You're gonna need to know some stuff because this does not hold your hand. You're gonna need to learn how to cook a little bit. Like, I could probably cook any of these and be fine, but I've been doing cookbook recipes since like middle school, and I'm like almost 30. My Saturn return is hitting, like, when are you seeing this? Oh God, oh no. Oh, okay, behind the scenes, today is Friday the 16th, and my Saturn return is supposed to start on the 24th. Like a week and a day from now. Oh no. Yeah, anyways, so yeah, I've been cooking for a really long time, like over probably at least 15 years, at least. Like, I've been cooking for a really long time, and I have experimented with a lot of cooking, and being vegan, you get very creative in the cooking sometimes. Like, if you've never made a mac and cheese at home as a vegan with the cashews soaked overnight, are you really a cook yet? Like, you get some weird recipes. Some of them are good. Vegan Zombie, he made a mac and cheese recipe a long time ago. It was so good. I need to get his cookbook. But yeah, like, I don't know. You need to know how to cook a wee bit. You need to be at least like an intermediate level of cooking, because like this, and even then, I don't know how well the recipes are gonna turn out. I didn't try them because, again, I didn't feel like having to adjust every single one. So it's like, I'm gonna be real. If I wanted to make a recipe, I'm gonna make one from what's her face that I can never remember her name. Even her channel name, I can't remember. I want to say it's like Rainbow Plant Life, but I don't think that's what it is. But she makes amazing looking recipes, like divine good, and I want to try them. And she has a cookbook, and it is on my birthday list for the family to buy me because I really want it. And I'd be way more inspired to try those and then add my witchy flair to that versus these and having to adjust it and try and figure it out. It's like, if I'm gonna have to figure out a recipe for magic anyways, why not just add the magic to a recipe that I know is gonna turn out and it's gonna be good, because she knows how to cook really good. Same with Vegan Zombie, his turned out pretty good too. I haven't tried his recipes in a long time, but he has some good ones. But yeah, and also I think Unnatural Vegan has some probably good ones too. I want to try the tofu French toast. I need to buy the stuff to make that because I do miss French toast, but eggs don't really bother me, so I could. But then it's like, I already have tofu anyways. And who knows, maybe I'll be allergic to eggs next because the allergies just continue. Anyways, so yeah, that's enough rambling for today. Thank you for coming along. This was such a good book. Again, her writing voice is just so fun. I would honestly just recommend reading it just for that alone. But I would love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. A huge thank you to my patrons, and until next time, blessed be.